Hi, I'm Rhys Topley, professional cricketer, fortunate enough to play all around the world.
Got him, he's done it. It is 5 for Rhys Topley.
Rhys Topley in the game.
I originally got into cricket because my dad was a professional cricketer. He played 15 or so years. And then it's obviously natural that when I was younger, I was always going to pick up a cricket ball at some point. And yeah, summers were dominated by cricket, winter was dominated by all the other sports, but fortunately I chose what seems to be the right path so far in pursuing cricket. To make it as a cricketer in today's world, maybe it's probably scrutinised more than it ever has been, and games are dissected to the nth degree. So I think you need to be able to take criticism from all angles or any angles, whether it's social media or in the papers or in the news or whatever. Yeah, so I guess it's kind of like silencing the noise and trusting yourself, trusting your abilities. Because yeah, it seems like these days everyone's kind of got an opinion about a game you played in or your current form or etc. But I think that's just where cricket is. Cricket's truly expanded onto the global stage, and yeah, the audience is vast, and everyone's going to have their input. One highlight that would stand out for me is getting 6 wickets at Lords against India, which I think was the English record for best figures in an ODI. Yeah, and doing it in North London, I had lots of friends and family at the game, so I got to celebrate with them afterwards in the changing room. It was an incredible moment for me and my close family, but something that I'll always cherish, and hopefully it's never broken, but we'll see. Yeah, when you're coming back from injuries or recovering from any training sessions, I guess, to get the most out of the training or the matches or whatever, you have to recover well. I suppose it's the important part about eating and resting, to let everything adapt, and hopefully you get stronger, faster, fitter. Yeah, and also coming back from injuries, I think it's important that all of those things are in line so that you can get back on the park as soon as possible. I know it might sound simple, but yeah, keeping mobile. Yeah, I used to loosen off the muscles a lot, especially if I was not playing all winter, and it's just good solid time to get some strength training in. And then obviously, yeah, I fell in love with ice baths, and they're almost a part of my everyday. Currently, my chill tub is set from 6 AM to 8 AM, and yeah, I like to do it, especially after I do some endurance training. So whether that's running or maybe a long day in the field, I think it's perfect for recovery. But also I use it in the morning, first thing to, I don't know, I guess center myself. That's the first thing I do when I wake up. It's a nice way to start the day. You take your discipline from everyday life into it once you put it in every morning, and you feel it get easier. I think it's sort of one of those, it's a bit of a barometer of how well organised sort of the rest of my life is as well, if I'm getting in it daily. After the initial sort of shock to the system is, there is this sort of moment of calm, and your body sort of adjusts to it, and you're very centred. Obviously that's sort of what you're searching for when you're in there. You want to sort of calm everything down and get to that point of sort of tranquility, and then once you're out, I do quite enjoy the red legs and getting the blood back to the skin and all the tingles, and it does feel like you've overcome something and you've achieved something. I hate the feeling of being stiff after a day's play or after a game, and the feeling of fresh legs, sort of an hour after a game because of what you've done in the ice tub is incredible. Yeah, and obviously as a pretty big guy, I don't move too cleverly if I'm feeling pretty stiff and the body's a bit tired.